Okay, on this nice early Tuesday morning, let's talk about some sheetrock we can do here. I shot up a laser along this to continue this existing joint the rest of the way up, because you can see my new wall lands right on that, so I can't frame all the way up against the track. And I got a door right here, so I need to continue this drywall here and then put my stud into that, screw it in. So I took some measurements here, had about 32 1/4, which left me about a ½ inch gap on this side, 32 3/8 over here, left me about 3/8 of a gap. Then we got 16 3/8 underneath that beam, 16 3/4 or 6/8 for quicker writing underneath that. Had 41 1/4 to 40 at the top, 41 7/8 at the bottom. These are almost always leaning somewhat. At a bare minimum, they usually lean about a ½ inch, but usually closer to about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. And then they have a rounded corner in the top, so you need to remember to do that on your sheet. This pipe was leaning. You can see it's a little cockeyed. It's about 3/8, so it's 12 1/4 at the top, and then it was 12 5/8 here at the base. Now I'm going to show you how you do a nice cut around the pipe. So I had about 9 1/4 to the bottom of that, and this is a 4-inch drain, so it's 4 1/4 tight around it. So we want to cut a 4.5 inch hole typically. At a minimum 4.5, maybe 4 5/8 on your handy dandy circle cutter, which you will set that. You gotta pay attention to the brand. Usually it's this side though that you need to line your mark up. So I got about 4 5/8 right there. I've already gone ahead and marked. You see, eyeball that rounded corner down to there. There's my little jog for that concrete. I've got the top of my pipe there, bottom of my pipe, and the new sides. I accidentally marked there. It was here and here. So what you do, set right here, a little further down actually, so it's about right there. So line that up right there, and then usually you would center this, but the pipe, since it's not 100% in the wall, it's only partially. You know what? 1 second. We're going to transfer this. I don't know if I can get this to stay propped up here. We're going to try. We try some weird shit here sometimes to get my phone to stay up. When doing an angle, you can pull your tape nice and tight, but you don't push down on your tape, very lightly, because otherwise you'll cause it to bend and then you won't have a straight line. Alright, so we'll do that. It was 4 5/8, so it'll be about there. So I need a center point in between these two. This is what you would normally do. 2 3/8 centered. Wait, that's 3 3/8, my bad. So it's 3 3/8, about right there. What you would do when cutting an oval is you would get a single center point of your pipe or duct, and then, or conduit, whatever round object you're doing, find a center point, because your center is going to stay the same. But if it's angled, that creates that elongated shape. So you would actually give yourself the bottom, and in this instance we don't have a top, but you would give yourself the top point as well, because what you would want to do is set your circle cutter to put the cutter at the bottom, and then along that center line you would move it up to so that your cutter is at the top, and cut your round there and cut it there, and then follow your straight lines in between the two. You would cut it, basically just go a little past like so. And then you do the same over here, and then just connect your topmost point to topmost point, and that gives you a perfect, nice tight oval. So this should be about right here. Yeah, but looks about equal there and hits our bottom. So right there, do this. And since this only goes so far in, I only need to go to right there, and then I'll cut it from here and here up. And that'll get us our cut for that. So I'll show that in a minute.